it's everybody has ideas. I think once you get into it, you realize that well, everybody thinks they're a product manager. Everybody thinks they could be a product designer. Everybody has ideas, and here's the thing: they're all good ideas. There's really no bad idea. So one of the things as a product designer that you have to do is really, how do you distill it down and find that one thing that you're going to take a chance on, take a risk on, and then build. And so yeah, there is a sense that you know what's right, but I would say that if you lock yourself in a room, it will not be right. There's a lot. The product designer is probably one that should be constantly canvassing people, asking them what they think, even not just about the app, just what are people doing, talking, getting feedback, because all that feeds into and shapes what gets built and what you build, and really shapes your intuition and gut. How do you know when it's right? Okay, there's definitely a part where sometimes you just got to go for it. You just got to get it out there. And the only way you're going to know whether it's right or not is when you get real users to use it. There's just no other way to know, So one of the messages early on that I learned is the earlier you could get out to users, the better. Because the more you develop in vacuum, the only way you're going to know it's right is real users using it. And so you could try to mitigate that risk and try to get more understanding with user testing. So you start from your idea, your concept, your internal team, everybody's getting pumped about it. Bring users in early. We did, before even getting actual prototype, which is a tech prototype, we did paper prototype user testing. Like we would just print out the screens, and then you had users come in for Glee. It was like, okay, here's the screen. What do you think it's supposed to do? So it's sort of more quality. Okay, now what would you like to tap next? And they say, oh, I want to tap this. Okay, start it. All right, here's that screen you just tapped. Is this what you expected what he should do? What do you think it is? So paper prototyping and at paper user testing, even that, it was incredibly useful. The screens I showed you of the evolution of Sing's home screen design, we did paper prototypes of that. And then you do it, and then there's all sorts of levels of user testing you could do. So there's that, trying to get the people of it. There's surveys of and you could do surveys when you're just in your concepting stage, just to get an understanding what people are doing in their lives. You're not serving users to ask them what should be built, because that's a trap. Users will always tell you what they think should be built. And sometimes it's great, but most of the times they're thinking of that one problem they have. And you as a product designer needs to think of the holistic experience. And your user base isn't just that. Your user base is comprised of people with different perspectives, different use cases, different usages. And you have to be like, okay, if I build for that user, what happens to that user? What happens to that? And there has to be a holistic experience that you're doing. And so you could do surveys in the beginning, you could do surveys in the middle, and maybe just to get a feel for what users are getting out of your product. Is it really what you want? And then so nowadays we run more specific user testing. We have design prototyping. There's a lot of design prototyping tools out there. That's fantastic. That runs on the phone, and users could tap on it, and then it will just slide in. So there's no actually code, it's not live, but it mimics very much the user experience. And so we run it through, we have a planning to see where users are getting confused, where users are getting lost. Most of it, if you think of user testing, there's the more like, oh, what do you think this is? And then there's also like the more just observation. As you watch the user, are they sitting there confused? And then there's task-based. Give them a task to do that you hope, and see how easy it is for them to find out what it is. So you could do all that just to get all the feedback, to try to get your experience as tuned as possible. But you have to launch. You have to launch at some point and get real users, and that's when you know. That's when you know whether it's right or not, and you will see.